Weatherbond seam tape is available with a clear poly backing for easy placement of the tape. Place marks on the bottom sheet at 4 inches from the edge to achieve the minimum 4-inch seam. All membrane seams must overlap a minimum of 4 inches. Position the top sheet of membrane along the marks. To determine the placement of the seam tape, place marks on the bottom sheet a 1/4 inch from the edge of the overlapping top sheet. Fold back the membrane to expose both mating surfaces and prime the bottom sheet with TPO primer. Allow the primer to dry. Unroll 3 feet of seam tape and position the seam tape along the marks. Continue to align the tape with the marks the entire length of the seam. This will allow for an 1/8 inch minimum exposure of the tape on the finished seam. Apply hand pressure to the tape to achieve 100% contact. Overlap all end lap sections of the seam tape a minimum of 1 inch. Next, prime the back side of the top sheet a minimum of 5 inches. Any part of the membrane that will be in contact with the seam tape must be primed. Allow the membrane to dry and then close the overlapping seam. Check the entire seam edge to ensure that the seam tape is exposed an 1/8 of an inch minimum to a 1/2 inch maximum. While peeling off the clear poly, apply firm hand pressure towards the outside edge of the seam to remove trapped air. Roll the seam with a 2-inch wide roller. Always roll across the seam. Install a 6-inch by 6-inch T-joint cover at all tape seam intersections. Placement of the T-joint cover will change depending upon the placement of the sheeting. The T-joint cover should cover the step-off of the bottom sheet of membrane. TPO primer must be used with all peel and stick accessories. A bead of lap sealant must be applied and feathered to all edges of seams and accessories.